this, some of that. Alright. And then I need the paper and old Sears. Looking. Oh, hello there. Sears. Hello there, Pastafarian. It's me, Skins. It looks like I can go through. Yeah, right. It looks like I can go. Oh no, my thing's buzzing at me. 10 seconds. Not buzzing. I'll decline that call. Thanks, though. Thanks for giving me that offer. That's great. So yeah, here I am down the downtown. Came down to see John Choque, who is typically down here. He says he's always going to come down. And like things were like working out, and the temperature was going to be amazing. So I got really excited to come down here and see him. But he's not going to be here. So you know, he's got to really let me down. You know, typical Jesus. I'm ready to talk to John again, and you like attack him in the stomach or some shit. He's got to go do some sort of doctory stuff. I don't know. I try not to get involved. But definitely poorly timed. Thanks a lot again, Jesus, for your bad illness timing. Hey, sort of shitty. But, you know, that's just what I heard. Maybe I'm wrong, so I'm down here to check about it. And I learned about this really late. Look, got all dressed up for him. I got a new shirt, 2 new shirts, in fact. I made a brand new thing. Look, I made a sign for him before I even found out. I was super excited to come down here and talk to John, but fucking, yeah. Jesus doesn't want me talking to him. I guess I was going to convince him. I guess today was the day. I can't think of another reason that sort of Jesus would interrupt the conversation that I would have had with him. I was very excited to talk to him. I had watched a couple of his videos that he made down here in my town talking hateful nonsense to my people. I did my research and I'm excited to talk to him about some of the ideas that he puts forward into the world, some of these ideas that he's espoused. But yeah, I guess I have to come up with something new to do. Thanks a lot. But it's good to see you, Pastafarians. It's been a very, very long time. I'm working on this other project, so it takes a lot of my my hobby hours, but sort of had some time off of that, so I was able to do a lot of Pastafarian shit lately, and it's been a long time. Yeah, since September I posted a thing. Posted about talk like a pirate day. Yeah, he's definitely not here. If you want video evidence that I guess we won, right? I don't want John Choque preaching here on Friday, and here's me getting what I want, so we're winners. Take a video of that location over there. Let's see. Lots of photos and stuff being taken down here at the Onion, the Onion station here. My mask is very, very tickly. I don't know if I see lots of unmasked people out here in the streets, so who knows. Though, they tell me there's an Omicron variant around. Oh, Jesus, I can't see shit. Yeah, but I think that's Friday, right? Friday. There's the Onion. Oh, rotate device. Oh, no. Is it terrible the whole time? Is it going? Oh, yeah, it is. It's been so long. JP Jr. it's been a while since we've talked to John, and yeah, it has, and it's going to be a longer while. So, yeah, all my planning, guys. But so yeah, I'll walk down to the 16th Street Mall, and we'll see if anybody else is preaching on the mall, because that's possible. And I'll talk to you fucks because I've got some time here. I got all dressed up and everything. Yeah, I was going to talk to John about a couple of the things that he said. One of the things he said really bugs me because Christians have a lot of things they do, and one of them is like this false self-deprecation. Like they have a way of saying, yeah, I'm not very smart at all, while at the same time thinking to themselves that they're smart. It's really bizarre. Like, you can't say like, I'm a fucking moron, stupid idiot, unless you believe it, you know. And in one of last time John came down here and was at that corner, preaching to the camera. You can go watch it. It's like an hour-long thing. It's very rambly. I mean, it's not good work. But anyway, in it, he does a thing that Christians do, which he's like, self-deprecates as hard as he can. And he's talking about like failing college 5 times. He's talking about going to special classes. He's talking about a disease he had when he was 8. And he sums it all up by saying that his mind never really sort of like progressed. Here's me shading my eyes. I've got goggles for this. How embarrassing. But he says that his mind has never progressed from the time he was 8, when he was in 3rd grade. And, you know, he doesn't believe that, right? Like, if he felt like he was an 8-year-old, when an adult came up to him and said, hey, the Bible's not true, let me explain it to you, he'd be like, oh man, yeah, my brain doesn't work too good, so I'm glad you helped me out. You know, if he really thought that his mind was an 8-year-old's mind, he would accept existence when it arrives. And, you know, when good faith people say things like, there's very bad evidence for the existence of people like Abraham and Moses, you know, not trying to call him names, you know, why, he doesn't believe it. How would be accepted if he believed it? So, you know, what are you going to do? Explain it to him patiently, I guess, while he's in town. Which is what Jesus apparently wants to avoid. Otherwise, he wouldn't have attacked poor John's stomach with some sort of illness. Poor tummy. Let's see. What other stupid shit did John say? Oh, there's this one time where he was talking about sort of like the Hell's Angels. He's doing a sermon on Hell's Angels for some reason. And he's like, so the Hell's Angels, right, what they do is they, like, for new members, they pee on their jacket, you see, and they're not ever allowed to wash that jacket. And that comes from a sort of book by oh shit, what's his name, the Gonzo reporter guy, what's his fucking name? Oh no. But he's the one that Johnny Depp loves. Everybody loves him. Hunter, right? Fear and Loathing, that guy. And that guy's fucking stoned, you know? Like, if he was going in to the Hell's Angels and was like, I want to be one, yeah, they're going to piss on his jacket. That's right, and they're going to tell him to wear it. Who's John? Oh, John Choque is the guy that usually preaches down there. Minister Livid, Life Devol. Was I close? So we came down to talk to him, but he wasn't there. So I'm going to go down the mall, see if anyone's preaching. But you can go over to his channel. His last name is Choque. Usually preaches down here on First Friday. So that was my plan for this episode. Hunter Thompson, that's right, Hunter S. Thompson. Let's see, I think I want to change one of my settings here. I can do that. Live chat. Excellent. A live confrontation? Yes, yeah. Opposition to his hate preaching down here. I've had a couple with him. This would have been the third or fourth. Last time I saw him was, I think, July or August. Emergency services are about. Let's head this way. Is this the mall? Yeah. Excellent. So it's Friday. He usually preaches from like 10 o'clock to 5-ish. So I came down here at 2. So it's a little bit early for sort of other preachers who often show up around 4-ish. I'm not incredibly hopeful for meeting anyone down this way, but here we are. Have you eaten, sir? You got me. I am always breaking the fifth. I'm really terrible at it. No, I've not. Oh! And I prepared. No, what have I eaten? No. God, I'm the worst at that. I'm so embarrassed. So I guess that's why I don't get to talk to John Choque today. I keep forgetting to heed the warning of the fifth, or whatever the fuck it is, that says, don't do this shit on an empty stomach. Eat first. Ask questions later. I don't know, something like that. I appreciate it. I'm quite humbled by my continued ignorance of the fifth. Oh God. I was amazed to see that other former student spoke up about the toxic reality of a fundamental school we'd gone to, and I was like, praises need the goodness. I have a friend from when I was very young, about 8 years old, who is now very outspoken against the cult that I grew up in, and was like, yeah, see, he gets it. It really is nice, and fucking exciting. Because, part of this was, I questioned my own sanity, this coming to truth is so difficult. There was one point where I was like, either I'm crazy or God's crazy, and so I had to check to see if I was crazy. It turns out God's crazy, so too bad. I'm hearing noises down this way. Do pardon my sort of distraction. It could be Peter, I think. Oh, here he is. I don't recognize this guy. Coming up to the mall here in Denver. Okay, so anyway, John was talking about the Hells Angels peeing on their jackets. Which, it's a dubious story to begin with. That guy was stoned when he wrote that story. And the Hells Angels probably thought he was a fucking prick, please let me in your group sort of, nobody. So you can't trust that story too much, that they all did it and it was the most important thing in their cult or whatever. Some people did, and definitely they told it to Hunter Thompson. Fuck that guy. But anyway, and then John Choque was all like, well, I'll finish this later. Please do enjoy the live music down here at the mall.
Got 2 reasons why I cry. Well, it's lonely night. First woman named Sweet and Marie. She's my heart's light. Second one, crazy thing. Traffic's on my track.
63 more, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I work. Come on down, let's get some work done, eh? So about John Choque, he then goes on to say that that's the difference between demons and God, is that demons will use urine and God uses blood. And like just talked about how there's a big and important difference between those two, and definitely blood is good and urine is bad, and it just was insane. It just was really disgusting. So like I wanted to talk to him about that as well, but we're fucking here we are. Thanks a lot, Jesus. Send your man. I'm down here to talk to him and take him away at the last minute. That's some bullshit. If you do know anybody around the Denver area that likes to talk about hate books in the street, let me know. I'll come down and talk to them. Usually I do it for a couple hours at a time. My apologies, I'm not really used to wearing this thing as a this thing. Let's see. Surely that's not going to be good. But not too many, well, maybe a quarter of the people are in masks down here today, despite the mighty Omicron ravaging our fair country. Oh man, we gotta catch up to comments here. Apparently, Flying Spaghetti Monster revealed that my salty meltdowns weren't just me being a crazy, rebellious punk. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, it was actually some fucking bullshit cultism going on. I think my fundamentals high school might have been heavily influenced by the focus on the family, which I think was a dangerous organization. Yeah, I don't like the idea that there's all these sort of like... Oh, follow me, one moment. There's like these... I forgot to hold it. Oh no, I didn't. It's on hold. Recording again. Hold. Okay, snap. Yeah, these religious, political sort of forces are very frightening, and they definitely know that what they're doing is the rightest thing that's ever been done, and they're willing to do a lot of rule breaking in the name of their right side, or immoral things, I guess. Very well. Do you think John fantasizes about that story? I'd like to talk to him about it. I don't know. I'd like to talk to his fantasies. Oh my gosh, there's quite a presence on the mall today. Is something going on down here at the mall? Oh, am I by the Mint? No, that's over that way. I was checking my comments that have been happening while I've been gone. I got a comment this morning about this idea that sort of how bad the math is that Christians are using. And it's crazy because I was talking exactly this idea like the day before. I was like, it was always bugged me that I don't understand how Jesus doesn't have to go to hell to pay the price for sin. And then someone messaged me today with a very, very similar idea. And lots of times you hear what you want to hear, so I might be reading into this, but like, I think I got that comment, and I'm not allowed to believe in coincidence, right? When you're religious, you can't let yourself believe in coincidence. Everything has to mean something. So, obviously that's what that means. So yeah, the math is really bad. The idea that, like, if I say one tiny little lie at any point, the punishment that I deserve is to burn in hell forever. And then that God somehow paid that price. No, he took the punishment upon himself, when what he really did was just, like, die on a cross a little bit. Like, nobody went to hell. He didn't go to hell forever. Like, how is justice served in that case? And, you know, these people in a long time ago, they fucking, they were bad at math. They didn't really understand forever and infinity and ideas like that. And, like, the idea that there's fire forever and the worm never die, that's crazy. And that you deserve that because of bullshit. Sorry I'm rambling. I really didn't expect to. I didn't think I'd have to have anything prepared, so sort of just being rambly while I walk down the road to see if anyone's preaching. I was thinking about this idea that I was just thinking about it. What were we talking about? Can't even remember. Sorry, guys. We were. I guess I got to sermonize. It's Friday. I can use this opportunity to give you guys a Friday sermon. One of the things that sucks about being a human is that you're sort of. I don't mean to be like use swear words or anything, but like you're sort of a schizophrenic person. Like, you have thoughts that are very optimistic thoughts, and those thoughts belong to you and your voice. Those thoughts are part of your voice. And then also there are very critical thoughts of those same thoughts, right? Like, I'm going to go to the store, buy myself a sandwich, then another voice within inside of you says, well, here's what's wrong with that idea. Where would I go to buy that sandwich? What sort of sandwich would I get? And these sort of voices are criticizing each other. They're presenting an uncritical thought and then criticizing it as sort of wisely as they dare, as strongly as they dare. And hold on a moment. Both of those thoughts are you. Those are both your voice. So, you know, if you try to think of yourself as only one of those voices, you're going to sort of not understand the math of this thing. And I think a lot of times people will say that thoughts come from somewhere else, especially in a sort of demonic worldview where demons exist and angels exist, is that like one of those voices in you is you, and the other voice is an intruder. If you believe a thing like that, you're gonna have a hard time fitting some of these pieces together. In the same way that if you believe that the world is flat, you know, when you're building the puzzle, when you come around the other side, it's not quite the pieces are not going to fit together. And, you know, I suppose that's the only real reason to tell people they ought to believe that the world is not flat. Well, it's just a safer thing to believe, right? If it's true, the truer thing is the safer thing to believe. Yeah. So there's a sermon, Pastafarian sermon. Good gracious, I say. It is very industrial down here at the mall. Ugh. People are trying to have a nice day here. I do say. Quite intrusive. Oh man, I'm way behind. Pastafarian have loose morals, though you seem to be troubled by it. Some of our morals are a bit looser. I do understand that. That's true. Relatively to these very conservative groups. It's better to have a jacket that's covered in blood, not urine. I don't know, arguably. They're both cultic, right? They're both signs of a cult. Let me put this on your jacket, don't wash it off. Think of me every time. Like, it's just one cult making fun of the other one because they're using the wrong bodily fluid. Don't belong to a cult, guys. Except for my cult, the true cult, of course, obviously. Sorry that I, may have implied any cult. Does anyone in America know what a metaphor is? Right. We live with a lot of literalists here, coming to terms with people who are taking some very metaphorical things. Like, happily, there's no religion based on the fables of Aesop to deal with. You can imagine how difficult it would be to be like, no, there's no fox. Like, that's just made up. That'd be difficult. But for some reason, people have latched on to these ideas from... It's just weird, like, he's the god of circumcision. What the fuck is that? Like, the thing that unites all of these Abrahamic religions is they think that God told someone to cut the tip of his kids' dicks off. It's fucking nuts. Right. You can think of those two voices as an angel and demon, and you can think of yourself as the conversation they're having. All of these worldviews and metaphors are sort of overlays that you put upon reality, and you compare and contrast how it matches up. It's the idea of, like, in quantum, they don't talk about what's happening, they talk about what it looks like is happening. It's like this, but it's not, or whatever. So, like, yeah, all these metaphors, describe the place and help us get closer. Not like God said the waters of heaven fell down and fucking flood the world and Noah and his family survived. That's crazy. It's crazy shit. American Christianity is just a fear, hate, shame-mongering cult. Absolutely. It is through, they wear the shirts that say, fear God. They confess that their major motivator is that idea that someday they're not going to exist. And how they feel like, I guess it scares them, And then the guilt is such bullshit, man. Like, fucking... Like, what a way to motivate your children, Like, I don't know. I don't want to be... Yeah. I'm going to hold off on some of that stuff. I'm going to take a couple drafts at those ideas before I talk about raising your kids. But holy shit, like, how can you be like, I'm going to brainwash my kids into thinking the things I believe? My team can brainwash, like, how? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think I have to think about it a little bit more before I talk about how religion is definitely child abuse and stuff like that. So we're coming to the end of the thing and nobody's preaching, so let's see. I was thinking about language the other day and how weird it is, and how, like, the dictionary made people feel like this is the way the language works, and it's like this whole other thing of, like, language is the shit we've developed to communicate, like, the idea that, like, the word is spelled this way, and it's like, the word is spelled however communicates the idea, like, that's how language works. Like, writing it all down didn't freeze it, and it wasn't frozen before that. And if you're like, the language must be like, so I heard someone talking about the pure American language. It was probably John Choque. I was listening to a lot of them. The pure English language. And it's like, no, no, the language, first of all, this isn't it. This is after the Great Vowel Shift. Like, they just said shit to each other and intended things with it. They just squeaked at each other, and then they're like, this is the one true way to squeak at each other. Alright, if it communicates, it communicates. Go fuck yourself. So, you know. But I was thinking about language and how it changes, and how, like, one day, like, there's going to be a group of people who looks at all our media, and they're going to be like, what is this word, he, she? And it's like, well, if they say he, that means that the person that they're talking about has a penis, and if they say she, it means that they do not. And, like, it's going to be the craziest thing in the world. And, like, how do you tell a story that has nothing to do with penises? And it's like, well, in this culture, every fucking thing we say is all about whether or not the person I'm talking about has a penis. Like, we're going to look so crazy. We don't think that we're walking around all day talking about who's got penises and who doesn't, but, like, gee, we do. We're just having a conversation all day long about who's hiding penises in their pants. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. They're going to make fun of us. Like, they're like, I was to the store and I purchased a bunch of food from a person. And it's like, whoa, like, did that person have a penis or not? And it's like, no, it's got nothing to do with the story. It's crazy. And fucking, what does it matter? Or, you know, maybe it's important. Maybe then they won't be able to communicate to each other because they're not using the English that Jesus intended to use. I was passing by the Hard Rock Cafe there, and they were playing some Beatles, which reminds me of this show that I just watched on, not Netflix. It was fucking 6 hours, 9 hours hanging out with the Beatles in 1969. It was fucking amazing, dude. Go watch that. Go spend 9 hours with the Beatles. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, shit on Netflix. So here I am at the end of the mall. There's no preachers. John Choque was our guy, and he let us down. Here is the Capitol building there. Like, I mean, you can check it out on maps or whatever, see where I'm at. You know, this is the Pavilion and the Yard House on the 16th Street Mall. Here from the Union Station. And that's the most I'm going to walk all month, so thanks for getting my only exercise with me. Happy Friday to you. I do more sermonizing and yelling, but I don't want to intrude upon the industrial scene that we find ourselves in down here at the 16th Street Mall. Yeah, and then a couple other comments were like, when are you doing a video again? I'll come up with some more videos. I might knock on some doors. We might see if there's any bell ringers around. I've been looking for bell ringers. I can't find them. I want to talk to them about what they're doing. If you find any bell ringers here in the Denver area, let me know where they're at, what sort of times you saw them, so that we can go see what they think they're doing. Pastafarians. I was trying to think who else I should talk shit about. I might talk some more shit about John Choque. Like, no, I want to go back to that idea that he says he's an 8-year-old person. Like, if you think that, why the fuck did you allow yourself to drive a truck around? Like, 8-year-olds can't drive trucks for good reasons, and then you just did it. So obviously he doesn't believe that. Like, And he's out in the street being like, I know what I'm talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He can't believe those things. He just says it because that's his line. It's all an act. It's all really, really sad. Like, he does as he's told and he doesn't understand why, and he says the lines and he doesn't even believe them. So, please do join my cult. If today's been your first encounter with me, well, usually it's much more energetic, so sorry about that. When we're talking to people, no I'm going to talk to today, so I'm gonna head back and go home and smoke some ganja and get real high and have a fucking great Friday. And I think that you should do the same thing. Enjoy the fuck out of your Friday. Flying Spaghetti Monster made this day for you. There's a conversation about like the word quab, and I think sort of the meaning and intent of it has been confused. And I think I'm gonna try they for a while, see how it works. And that's how I'm gonna do that math for a minute. See what results I get. Oh, we've got merchandise. We've got the that Pastafarian shirt you can see in the catalog. Is December, so we got to come up with a new catalog already. So that's fun. We've got new merchandise ready for next year. Some cool things. Please do, buy the merch or whatever the fucking algorithm wants, so that I get to do this every day. Please, would you please do that for me, so that I can walk up and down the street every single day and talk to you about the bad nap that Christians have about an infinite amount of time in hell. For Jesus is no time in hell. So, there you go. Alright. Anyway, Pastafarians, go fuck yourselves. I'll see you next time or whatever. Yeah, stay high, you fucks. Alright, you know how to stop it? Probably like this, eh? Something like this.